In a small mountain village nestled at the foot of the majestic Mount Elisara, the tallest peak in the range, lived a young woman named Arya. She was strong, determined, and full of dreams. Ever since she was a child, Arya had gazed up at the snow-capped summit, imagining herself standing there, arms raised in triumph, with the world sprawling endlessly below. "One day," she whispered to the wind, "I'll conquer you." But there was one problem. Arya was terrified of heights. The mere thought of looking down from a tall ledge made her stomach churn and her knees buckle. She had tried smaller hikes, forcing herself up rocky trails, only to freeze at exposed edges, her heart pounding like a drum. One crisp autumn morning, Arya decided it was time. She packed her gear, laced up her boots, and headed to the trailhead. That's where she met Elias, an elderly man with weathered skin, silver hair tied in a ponytail, and eyes that sparkled like the morning dew on pine needles. He was the village's legendary guide, having summited Mount Elisara more times than anyone could count. Now, in his 70s, he no longer climbed for glory, but to share the mountain's wisdom with those brave enough to ask. "Young climber," Elias said with a warm smile, noticing her determined stride. "Heading up Elisara alone? That's a bold choice for a first-timer." Arya hesitated, then confessed. "It's my dream, sir, but I'm scared of heights, really scared. I've turned back too many times." Elias chuckled softly, not mocking, but understanding. "Fear isn't the enemy, child. It's a teacher. The mountain doesn't care about your dreams. It tests your heart. If you're willing, I'll guide you, but only if you trust the path, one step at a time." Arya's eyes lit up. "Yes, please." They set off together at dawn the next day. The early slopes were gentle, winding through forests of ancient pines. Elias moved with surprising agility, pointing out hidden streams and sharing stories of past climbs. Arya felt hopeful until they reached the first exposed ridge. The trail narrowed, dropping sharply into an abyss on one side. Arya stopped dead, peering over the edge. The valley below swirled and missed, thousands of feet down. Her vision blurred, legs turned to jelly. I can't," she gasped, backing away. "It's too high. One slip." Elias didn't push her forward. Instead, he sat on a rock and patted the spot beside him. "Look at me, not down there," he said calmly. "The mountain is big, yes, overwhelming if you stare at the top or the bottom, but tell me, Arya, what do you see right in front of you?" She glanced ahead. "A rock, a handhold." "Exactly. Focus only on the next hold, not the summit, not the drop. Just this one grip, this one step. The mountain is climbed one hold at a time. Trust your hands, your feet, your breath. The rest will come." Arya took a deep breath. She reached for the next hold, pulled herself up, and placed her foot securely. One step, then another. Elias stayed close, offering quiet encouragement, but letting her lead. As the day wore on, the climb grew steeper, scrambling over boulders, traversing icy patches, roping up for sheer faces. Each time fear crept in, Elias's words echoed, "Just the next hold." Arya's world narrowed to the texture of the rock under her fingers, the crunch of her boots, the rhythm of her breathing. The overwhelming peak above and the terrifying void below faded into the background. Hours turned into a full day, then a bivouac overnight in a sheltered crevice. Elias shared tea from his thermos and tales of his own early fears. "I was like you once, paralyzed on my first big climb. An old mentor taught me the same lesson. The mountain doesn't shrink your fears, it teaches you to grow bigger than them." At first light, they pushed for the summit. The final stretch was the hardest, a near vertical wall with thin air burning their lungs. Arya's arms screamed, her fear whispered lies of failure, but she focused. Next hold, next breath. And then, suddenly, the wall ended. Arya hauled herself over the edge, and there it was, the summit. A vast plateau of glistening snow, the horizon exploding in golden sunrise. Clouds floated below them like a sea of cotton. The world was silent, infinite, beautiful. She stood, tears freezing on her cheeks as the sun crested the distant peaks. Elias joined her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. You did it, Arya, not because the mountain changed, but because you focused on what mattered, one step at a time. From that day forward, Arya returned to Mount Elisar often, guiding others as Elias had guided her. She learned that life's greatest challenges, dreams, fears, obstacles, are rarely conquered in one leap. They yield to patient, persistent focus on the present action. Just the next hold, and the summit will come.